Hi, everybody. It's your old pal Chuck. And as you can see, once again, my review station has changed ever so slightly. Well, I am back shooting reviews inside the now newly christened Fortress Maximus. Things are not exactly back to normal, so I am having to make do. With that being said, I am quite happy to bring to you from the G.I. Joe 50th plus one anniversary line. This is Shipwreck. He's from the 2-pack with Cobra Commander, that nice red and black one, which we will get to. I have to say, for those of you who follow me on Twitter and Instagram, you kind of saw my jubilation when I took out this figure and posted at least there's one decent figure in the 50th anniversary line. And I gotta say, Shipwreck is pretty good. Now, this is not the traditional Shipwreck that we all know and love from the Sunbow cartoon. I think this look borrows more from the Rise of Cobra version of Shipwreck, but we do have Polly, and I think that's kind of cool. And as you can see, Polly can perch on the hand. Just be careful because it's a very tenuous grip, and the slight jarring could move it. But we'll get to Polly a little bit later when we look at the accessories. For right now, we're just going to take a closer look at the figure and the articulation. For many of us, we remember Shipwreck as a more light-hearted character, but as you can see right here, he has a sterner visage upon his face that, um, kind of says it's like he's seen things, he's done things. Let's not forget, in the old Sunbow cartoon, there was this whole episode dedicated to Shipwreck. I think it was 2 parts actually, where he was captured by Cobra and caused to hallucinate that he won the war. He unmasked Cobra Commander, saved the day, and all this stuff, and settled down, married. But it was all an illusion. Cobra using their synthoids. But this is like a Shipwreck, I would say, after that experience, because you really don't go through that and believe you're experiencing things like love, children, and marriage, and find out it was a lie and not come out changed. Um, Other than that, it's a ball jointed head. You have the universal shoulders. You have 90-degree bend at the elbow with a bicep swivel. He does have the enhanced wrist articulation, up and down on the right hand, in and out on the left. This nice vest that really doesn't hamper the waist articulation all that much. And it does have that little rescue grip that I think we first saw this style of vest, maybe with a few differences on the Cobra Shock Troopers. Moving down, he does have the what I call the snake eye style holster, where can hold the gun as well as the silencer attachment. I think that's really cool. I am a little disappointed there's no sheath, and you'll see why in a few minutes. But he does have double jointed knees, ball jointed hips, and your standard ankle articulation. Hasbro has said, starting with really the retaliation era, that the figures who needed that extra ankle articulation would get it. But I'll be very honest with you. More often than not, the more articulation you add, I discover that it's the more articulation you need. If you're going to put in that rocker joint, you have to put in a thigh or a thigh swivel to still be able to rotate the ankle, or you're not going to be able to have the figure kneel properly. It's little things like that, that you think of. So if I have my choice, I'd rather stick with the basic articulation like that, that's just forward and back and rotation. I really don't think it makes that much of a difference. Shipwreck comes with a respectable amount of accessories besides that pistol with silencer. He, of course, has the aforementioned poly. Not really sure if this is a new mold or just a repaint of the 25th anniversary poly, but it does look really nice. I mean, it looks like a parrot, and like I said, there are the little gripping claws there that you can perch on a finger and pretty much that's about as well as you can do. The barrels of the guns I discovered were just a little too big, and I'm a little hesitant to stress them. As you saw in the beginning, he does come with this nice AR-15 with front grip. I think that's the rifle. I'm quite impressed they decided to paint it, giving it this nice olive drab. It's closer to gray look with the grip and that section of the barrel done in black. You then have this very nice machine gun. This has been around a few times. I actually really like the look of this. It's just straight up done in all black. And now, here comes my issue that he doesn't have a sheath. As you can see, he comes with this 25th anniversary style Cobra Trooper trench knife. Really wish he had some place to store it, as well as his next accessory, which we're going to have a special look at right now. The final accessory with Shipwreck is this really cool Dagger style knife, which some of you might remember from the Rise of Cobra version of Shipwreck. Now, as was pointed out to me then, this knife actually has the grooves in the handle to be held a certain way, and that's actually upside down, for like a horror movie stabbing motion. And as you can see, the hand grips to it quite nicely. Not as nicely as the original Rise of Cobra figure, because these are different hands, but it's close enough and can actually work in both hands. I just find it works just a touch better in the right hand. Going into the 50th plus one line, we kind of knew that there would be a lot of reused tooling. And in G.I. Joe, that's fine because that's just part of the history of the brand. Shipwreck is a great use of older parts and stuff coming together to make a great new figure. Cobra Commander is, Cobra Commander. We'll get to him. It's just a repaint of that ultimate one from Retaliation. Can I recommend the set just based off of Shipwreck? Actually, I kind of can, because you're getting a lot of cool accessories and a great looking, from the neck down, body sculpt for like that tactical SEAL look. You can put it in a different head and it's a whole new figure. And Cobra Commander's just a bonus. I got this figure off of Amazon for about $19. That was for the 2-pack. I know Big Bad was selling theirs for about $17 and change. And as of this recording, last week, Toys R Us finally got their 2-packs in stock. So you may want to go and check that out for your Joe needs. They might even be hitting stores now by the time you see this. So, this is your old pal Chuck for Shipwreck. We'll see you next time.